Alrighty. Oh man, lots to chat about. Hopefully the webcam stuff's working. We're good. We're live. We have a couple of things that we need to do today. The update to the new Godot 4.4 is now pretty much done. A lot of stuff had to change, and he lives. It's kind of crazy where we are with it, but anyway, I want to show you guys what the new Godot 4.4 can do. So for those that are kind of just tuning in, turn down my volume a bit. Last week, it's like a week and a half ago now. I downloaded and built from source RC2. So full custom build RC2, 64-bit, 64-bit version of Jolt. You know, everything that we'd ever want. And I started the process of upgrading all the UUIDs and everything, and ran into a lot of trouble, like so much trouble. But anyway, look at this now. Look at this. Boom. All I did was I just launched the project. We're scanning. And it only scanned the first time, but it's like the difference of loading the whole game is night and day. And all the errors should now be gone. There was so many references that needed to be fixed, so many things in the way that I do the deployment that ended up working not in my favor. But anyway, new testing, 4.4, a lot of things, a lot of the it's a lot of stuff I'm working on now. So this is the new Godot, new debug window. I don't have it built in, like you'll see a lot of people, because multiplayer game, I'm still gonna be making 3 or 4 of these things. But anyway, we're now running Jolt, right? We now have stable physics. The multiplayer is now working. Things are actually like snapping correctly. Weights are now, correct. Look at this, boom. Like, look at how nice all this is now working. They ship purchase panel, so there's still going to be like a load of bugs that we're going to have to deal with from the upgrade still. Ship item resource is not the right type, and ship item resource. Alright, so the ship shop is broke here. Yeah, so little things like that we're gonna have to do real quick. Ship shop. So we used to have a bunch of these. I want to see something. Let's see if we can actually make in a resource an export tool button. Must be pushing button. Exports an annotated Godot callable as a clickable button. So it must be a callable. I don't know how to do them. Because I want to add a couple of these GUID generators on some of these resources for once. Because that'd be cool. We'll just go to the docks. So it doesn't have to be a tool. If you want to create a clickable button in Inspector, you can use the export tool button attribute. This calls a queryable property. But since this runs in the editor, the uses of tool attributes required. When the button is pressed, the callable is called. So they have to be tool scripts. Is the only downside. You can also set up icon, exporting collections. Hey, I didn't know we could do export collections. Cool. I wonder how. Yeah, I'm curious if we do playership resource. If it's a global class tool, and for the ID, I don't know if this is going to work on a resource, but this would be so cool if it works. So if we did a global class tool, so we could always create a playership resource. For the ID, which is serializable because a GUID is not serializable, but this generate should make it be a random GUID to string in the editor. Right, and then we'll expression body this. Right, so we'll use an exported callable. And if we build this, if I go into that playership resource, oh my god, it actually works. We can build up our resources to auto-generate unique IDs. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Cool. Cool, so we can just export a callable. Oh, that's so cool. Neat. So then on like a ship component, Yeah, because this assigned UID, I'm doing it on a reset, but we never actually get it working for ship component. And instead, we don't need to, yeah, we can just keep the ID as a serializable string, and we can just do get setter. We can actually like organize this. I just realized it's not the project I'm really working at it. Yeah, we need to get back to the repo. Okay, let's get out of this. Let's go back into Unforgiven systems. Let's fix all that up. So cool. I'm like, I'm not seeing any Git in this, but it makes sense. Okay. Eventually, we need to figure what's up what they use. Cool. I really like the fact we can generate unique IDs now as a button in the editor for making resources. That's going to be so cool. I guess we can't really theme them other than putting an icon on them. Let's see how we want to do this panel. Why can't I just copy this in a notepad? Like it doesn't let me. We're gonna get all the component-based stuff working today. I'm tired of playing with the gray box stuff. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it must be 1 point. Okay. Mhm. Let's have it looking this way. Version shape 3D, copy the same shape. Yeah, so this raycast is not interacting with the ship, which is good. It does hit. Yeah, it's not hitting anything. It's not hitting. It's only hitting ship components and the world. So the main body. I gotta change this actual shape to something later on. It's for inside the ship. So that should be ignored because that's on the ship layer. So it must be just the shields. So this is on 9, which is projectile and shields. So I don't know why my raycast is actually... My raycast should be skipping this and just not hitting it at all. So weird. Yep, because it's only on 9, masking 9. So there really isn't anything in the ship that would be stopping this raycast from hitting. Right, pilot, co-pilot seat. Yeah, that's weird. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Hey, uniform. Unless we're setting up the groups, right? So just 1, 3, and 16 is all of our own raycast should be, unless something in the raycast code is turning on a different set of groups, which it shouldn't be. Because this raycast should be ignoring the ship. It should not be actually colliding with anything. Mm. Like, we are freezing other things and we are changing some occlusion layers. But this doesn't matter anymore. $99.9. Oh wow, nice. Yeah, I don't think it's this. I don't think it's failing. Oh, wait. Wait a second. Maybe we're not on triggers. Let me... Did I have a test seat here somewhere? Yeah, it was these. On the static body side. They have on ship components. Which is, yeah, actually, technically, yeah. Yeah, let's put them on ship components. Yeah, so let's make sure that it might actually be working. So let's go into that ship component panel. Because it might just not be on ship components. And this might actually just be working. And on the chip component system, I'll add the panels. My Jared just needs to cut some metal for the solar mounts on the RV. Lock around the back of tools. When we're load to storage, and boat storages are almost full. Nice. Let me see if this is actually hitting it. It's not. See, it's still hitting. It's gotta be the shield. Right? Because we're not using a mesh. Right, that is only the shield mesh. As far as I'm aware, I'm not using another collision shape. But see, we're definitely hitting a blockage here, which is definitely the shield. But we're ignoring shields, so it's so weird. Right? And if it was the shield, why can I... Like, why can I get through it here? No, I guess I can't. I can get it on the corner. Yeah, we need to get this raycast to not be hitting there, where the interaction point is. Because I'm not actually selecting it, and I should be able to select it. Right? I want to hit this panel, and then this panel is going to pretty much, for now, hide all of the bays. And in future, it'll run the animations of opening and closing the bays. But just for mechanic-wise, we can just hide them, right, and show them just to have a state of the component bays being open and closed. And then we'll animate them. And we might put another one of those component bay hatches on each side. so it's more convenient. They're meant to be like a latch you just kind of grab and open. But yeah, it's so weird. I don't get it. Because I'm definitely not using hull. Like, we didn't put a hull damage system in. Right? And I'm able to go through it, so my own player collisions are accurate as far as how it's designed. And I don't think we're changing the... Well, there's nothing else here other than that one shape. I wish I was better at selecting the shapes. Right, when I turn off the shield, there's definitely nothing there. So what we'll do, let's go to the shield. And disable it. Completely. What is up that mesh? Is something setting the shield to not be on 9? No. Yeah, so it's not the... It's so weird, right? It's like the shield is a static body 3D. It's just the shape of the shield that we've curated, and we're just turning off the collision shape for now. Debugging the shield, we can actually make shield more shield color. Obviously everything, all collision shapes are like cyan, but we'll change them so triggers are green. Of course it starts to rain us while we're unloading storage. Oh yeah. I mean, you know what's funny? Like before 4.4, all I wanted was a way of doing different debug colors on collision shapes. And we were just given it, which is great. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what would cause the raycast to be hitting the shield when we're not changing anything. Right? Like, I definitely don't see it now. Look, we're not hitting the shield at all. Right? I can actually take off all the components fine. No, we can't. Wait, there is something else here. Oh yeah, it's that shield body. Right? The one that is set for the ship, which is also ignored. Right? The ship body itself is not supposed to be tractable. You can clearly see here. Right? The floor. So maybe we weren't hitting the shield. Oh, you know what? Maybe, yeah, because that'll explain why we can't, well, we sometimes can get these. Yeah, so maybe the shield was working. Problem was the ship body. Well, that still doesn't make any sense. because the ship body itself, which is this collision shape, is just the one for the ship. Ships are on 2. And we're not hitting 2. And nothing should be putting them on a different layer. Yeah, nothing. Right, so we have a ray cast. So we have a ship. It's on 2. Because it's definitely this. Even though it's not on anything. And if I disable this particular collision shape, right, I have a feeling everything will work. As far as interacting with the panel. So with it disabled, it doesn't detect the ship or anything. Like, it's literally not there anymore. But I bet you now all of this is fine. And yeah, swapping out components. No biggie. I gotta fix those item ports for the coolers. So why is the raycast not ignoring the ship body? Alright, so we're going to re-enable it. Not a scale issue or nothing. Nope. Yeah, it's just, there it is. There's the collision shape for the ship. It's on 2-2. Hey, Smink. Yeah. So, like, this being on collision layer 2 is not mattering. It's on 2, and we want our player raycast right? It's raycast, which is what's doing the work. Is not masking to 2. Right? Collides with, wait. Bodies. Yeah, we're not colliding with areas. Right, this is our little test raycast. We can make it a little bit thicker. It'll get in our way, but you know. Hey, Jolt. Right, so this is the raycast that's supposed to be, you know, aiming at our ship. So now we can see our orange boy. Right, and our orange boy. Right, like we're definitely not ignoring the ship body or the ship shields, even though we're on the collision mask for that raycast. Right, which explains why we can do some of these components. But I'm getting a ray, like there are 2 raycasts. And the other one must be on the camera, but I don't think we were using that one for the interactor placement. But I can definitely tell we're still like hitting the shield. Yeah, we're hitting the shield and the ship. Like I know on the camera we were working towards changing the way the camera system works. And moving a raycast to the camera for the purpose of having a direct interaction. But we can use, like, if we hit the camera, we can use like a direct physics base and just hit a ray. Like, we don't really need a ray under there. But I'm curious, yeah, because this green, like, this is not. Yeah, and its collision mask is only 1 anyway. So whatever I was using this for debugging, it's not the same thing. And I could probably just turn it off just for now, but I don't think we're using it anyway. Right? So, like, it's so weird that, like, let's turn the shields back on. Yeah, I don't know why we're still hitting it, why that raycast is not ignoring our masks. Right, we're definitely hitting, you can see here, we're definitely hitting the ship. So, like, what's the point of back to 4.3? We're not going back to 4.3. If you only knew the time, see what I mean? Like, what is, like, it's wrapping the shield. We are definitely hitting the shield, look. Right? Like, that is definitely the shield. Right, and we're definitely hitting it. And the interactor responsible for doing that here in the like all we're doing in physics process. Is doing our indication if we're not colliding. Like we're just setting our indicator global position to be where the collision is. Right? We're just literally saying indicator global position, be the global position, or be 100 kilometers in front of us. You know what I mean? Like, so if we're going on forever, just have the indicator be, you know, like 100 meters away or whatever I have it set to, whatever the default target distance is that we can interact with something. Otherwise, we're just get the collision point and set this interactor node, which is this little visual indicator, right? That's all we're doing when we're indicating. We just, hey, indicate. What are we looking at? What's the deal of this raycast, right? That we're inheriting from. Ugh. Right, target distance is 2 meters. But it was doing it before Fixus. Like Fixus, like this was actually happening like since the beginning of time. You know what I mean? But like I don't see, we're gonna pause it here. Like let me spawn the ship in. There's nothing that should be changing the layers of anything from this. Right, we check remote. We look up the player rigid body. What is our player coming in as on remote? How many sessions? 1. Right, here's the player. Here's the new model because it rebuilds itself. In the camera gimbal, we have the raycast. As we can see in the collision masks, we are only hitting 1. 3, so ship components, other players, and 3D triggers. It's the only thing that the raycast is doing, interacting with 3D triggers in the world, hitting ship components so we can pick them up, and interacting with other player defaults, like things in the world, things that I just want to be able to default to 1. Right? We're excluding the parent. It's enabled. We should be good. We're only colliding with bodies, and it's enabled. We've spawned in our ship. So on the player transport ship, we can now confirm wherever it is. Where is our instance? Come on, where's the repair at? Where is the repair station? Thank you. right? So this is the instance one that we just spawned in. It is right now it's frozen. In freeze mode, it becomes static. Hey, Tom. Welcome, welcome. We're working on more space game adventures here in Godot, upgrading everything to 4.4, and running into all kinds of just kind of small stuff. For those that are kind of new, joining in. My name is Revere, working on a space game. This is the, well, what we call the prototype, you know, the repo of things. So we have our dude. I'll kind of give you the rundown, right? So it's like Sea of Thieves in space. You know, we have our player. You know, you can move around. Full IK. Right? A rifle. Our little kind of pad in all diegetic UI. And anyway, the idea is, you know, we spawn a ship. Hey, Settlex. Right? And you can actually, and a giant laser head, you can actually like pull off all the components, right? And you can upgrade everything in the game. So all the ships can be fully customized. You can take off the fuel tanks, upgrade them, right? Like it's meant to be like, you know, for fuel scoop, you know, intake, power plant, right? You know, all of this is upgradable. And this game is multiplayer. Right? So what we've done recently is we've, you know, upgraded everything to Jolt physics. Alright, so here I am in my ship. Let's disconnect. Take that off. So you know, we have pretty much like full space 64-bit precision. I can head over to a planet, land on it. And so you're buying cargo and you're bringing it from, like, you know, from point A to point B, and, you know, just trying to make some money in the game, not be pirated by other players or, you know, NPCs. When I'm entering other areas right now, I'm getting a weird physics. It's almost like I'm in gravy. Hard to explain. It's from the Jolt conversion. So we're now using 64-bit Jolt. But all of the gravity overrides need to be adjusted. So like certain things are like super low gravity and certain things are not. So they're kind of you can be yeah. So the idea of the game, Tom, is think Cowboy Bebop meets Firefly. Right? So, you know, the corporations have taken over. The idea is like the game is meant to be early 80s, late 70s. Let's, since you guys are all new and you guys are kind of checking out the stream, I'll kind of, before we do that, let's go to online real quick. I'll just kind of show you here what we could do real quick. And then I'll jump over to the other projects so you can see what the art is more like and the kind of direction and stuff that I'm kind of going with it. I like to keep everything into this particular build because it creates a 180 megabyte build. Yeah, it is. So let's we'll need more than one of these. And like I said, some of this might not work at all right now, but simply just due to the fact that the conversion to 4.4 and a lot of new settings, we're not quite like there yet. So we'll take our main scene and we'll run our host, and like I said, haven't even like tested the stuff yet. So we have 100 NPCs on the server running around doing its thing. I'm gonna connect as Revere, join in. So this is our server character, but we don't worry about the server character, right? So you can see everything is fully synced up, right? All the IK is synced up. The weapons, the things that are here in my hand. Let's bring in another character because I'm slowly moving everything over so that the server technically doesn't exist and can't really do anything. It's full server authoritative, so we ask the server to do the thing. The server sends it to our PC, but the server can't do anything. Is going to be the idea, just it's being worked on. So let me just jump in. We'll use Sedalix in an orange or in a yellow. Yeah, we'll use this kind of color here. So, all right. So here is Sedalix. It's all synced the way that. Yeah, it's. Oh, well, check this out, Sedalix. Watch this. This is what's new. So let me head over here to the elevator system. So all the elevators are working now, and all the RPCs for the stuff's working. So let me just join you over here. Cargo is now working. I'll go over a little bit of everything, but you can see now, like, I can actually go up and interact with this panel in the world, and it will open. I can come in, and I can pick, like, floor 1, and it'll bring me up. Oops, I say as the collider doesn't bring me up. Hang on. Oh, no, the floor. Switching everything over to Jolt. Yeah, collider not working. Not a big deal, but as you can see, it is, yeah, we won't read the collider. This is all new fun Jolt things that we now have to kind of deal with. Anyway, if I change the physics back to, like, not be Jolt, that won't be a problem. But anyway, let me switch over here to the main server character. Come over here and spawn in some cargo. So we can spawn in ship components or cargo. So if I start spawning in cargo, this is my cargo. It's really funny to see because we're actually getting local physics process stuff happening, and it's not supposed to be. These are actually supposed to be spawned in locked. As they are on the server. We caught you mid, yeah, and if I like spawn in some more here, server authoritatively, right? Like, technically, if I jump up, right, on these, and I, like, let's say we go and we take this one here, they spawned in, I can, like, hold that here and jump on it. If I can, like, not, hello? I say that as the Jolt is much more stable. It is actually, like, repelling me from doing it. So there's things now with the Jolt physics engine that I'm going to need to kind of adjust for, because we could do this in Godot physics. It's kind of like, no, you're not. Yeah, like, it's working, but the capsule itself is kind of right, I can push it around, and he can push it around. Right. Anyway, let's go, and I can spawn in my ship. And I'll just watch, we'll observe, so let's jump in. Let's see me interacting with the seats, all the animations are working. I'll do any experts on lighting on Blender here? Asking for a friend who's struggling to recreate the lighting of 5 movie scenes. I'm not sure. I'm not I'm dangerous enough at Blender to just be able to get things done for myself. But yeah, if we go here and jump out of the ship. And I'm just we're going to shut down this communication satellite here. Okay, banging in everything. Hi, Joel. And now what should be working is we shut it down, and as you can see, it's now offline. So it now has a very, like, you know, red, super view distance light that shows that it's actually offline. We turn it on, turn it off, you can see in the server. So that's all now working. It's for the uplink with the ships. Right, so this is kind of, you know, bad example of some gameplay loops, but let me actually show you guys now what the main project looks like. And then we'll kind of get back to work with it. But, so thanks again, Tom, for the raid. I'll give you a shout out here in a second. So this is kind of the dealio. Settlix, look at how fast this runs. Look at that boom. And like, it's crazy how fast 4.4 is. And ignoring all the colliders here, because that's what I'm working on now, these little latches. So this is what the ship is supposed to look like, right? With our little beer bottle. Right, so we have all of our, you know, components, so comm, system uplink, all the electrical components are here in the rack. We have 2 racks for them, right? We have our, you know, shield generator, right, and warp drive slots. So there's like pretty much like 4 major components, and then room for some smaller stuff. We have our, you know, little the bathroom is actually for accessing the character creator if you want to like make some adjustments. Bunks are for logging off, so you don't need to go back to a near station, right? And we just have the ship and our, you know, little cargo grid here, and all of this exists in the. There's a spacing because I did want to actually kind of show. Yeah, I said, like, I've been redoing all the animations, and it's going to be so good when the animations are finished. I'm working on now. It'll be the final like IK version of everything. So you know, so this is what the you know, character actually looks like. Right, so this is how things are supposed to be looking. Things are being redone, obviously, but with the cargo areas not quite right. But, you know, this is kind of how things are. Oh, I wonder, are these broken? The snap points. Need to be redone. Yeah. Here is my door. Yeah, all of these need to be adjusted now because I redid how the snap points work. You got so many things going on. A lot of stuff is working. A lot of the asteroid stuff is working now. There's the... Yeah, I wonder what changed with these. Because they do spawn in. I bet you... Oh, yeah, look. Okay, so the snap points work for this. Yeah, I might have to actually set the furniture type. Because what I've done, Sedlex, is I've unified them, so there's only one type of snap point now. And it just binds to the item type. And there's like a universal enumerator of item types, so... I had to reset up some of these, you know, items. But I expect that. I wonder, does this one work? Are the GPUs able to handle 60? So Godot shaders themselves are still 32-bit. So when I'm doing weird and funky things, I still have to kind of keep things in like model view space, right? Like if they're going to be like some type of tessellation, like a custom tessellation shader on a planet, then you're dealing in the realm of surface, you know, to the center of the planet. You know what I mean? Like you really in like the object space of the planet itself. You really do yeah, there's still limitations. There's a article on how to get around using I'll bring it up. It isn't so here Godot shadings. There was an article. Yeah, it was this one, right? Emulating double precision graphically, right? Because on the GPU we can't really do it. Right, so here's like the problem, you know, you move from origin, everything becomes crazy. And what we ended up doing for doubles in the shaders, like I said, because if you use the model view matrix, you're pretty, you know, you're generally pretty good. And the solution is the kind of set up kind of like two floats. Jolt is CPU. I think Jolt does some simulation on the GPU, but I'm not sure. As far as I'm aware, Jolt is. I want to go into the real repo because it doesn't have any CUDA. You know what I mean? It doesn't utilize CUDA. It definitely doesn't utilize OpenCV. So, but it performs super well in Horizon Zero Dawn, and even in our case. Um, right, but I don't. I'm pretty sure it is still CPU bound. So the only requirement is having SSC. The library can be compiled with any of the following extensions. But I'm pretty sure it is all CPU. If you're interested in seeing how it scales, take a look at the documentation of scaling compared to other physics engines. Scaling of Ragdoll. Yeah, I think the answer is still it's CPU bound. Hey, Munglo. So physics was configured to use one CCD. Unless they are using compute shaders for everything, just standard old compute shaders. It's hard. I'm not sure, right? It's not a. Because it must be using some form of open compute. If it's queries can run in parallel. Something tells me it's still pure CPU, but it would be cool if things were actually loaded. Because I did do a custom build of Jolt just in like on its own for doing testing when I was looking at some Vulkan stuff. But I feel like it's just pure multi-threaded and that's it. I don't think it uses the GPU for anything. Like, it's weird that it, you know, that it has more performance than Physics 4.1 or Bullet or a pure CPU, you know, physics engine, but I, you know, I guess it is what it is. What was next? What are we doing? Swirling. Yeah, I love having the same multiple implementations of the same concept. Yeah, that's like everything, you know? It's gonna be weird for a while if GPUs remain physically optimized for 64-bit floats at the silicon level. It's gonna be like hard to move 64-bit floats in the GPU with all the current hardware out there. Yeah, and I don't like, you know, I'm not sure if there's any you know, like headway with that, because I can't see why, like, ultimately that, you know, I mean, streaming worlds and large worlds, I think are going to become pretty standard. Nice. It's a lot more stable with Jolt, which is really nice. What was I gonna? Yeah, we're gonna go back to the other project now, which we still have running. I'm trying to figure out why. Why in 4.4 do we have a raycast that's not being Sedlex, have I showed you the asteroid fields and stuff like that? Yeah, it's those, but I finally merged them into the scene. Not yet, but I did put them into the build, or like they actually into the main empty system scene to be able to do some testing to see like how well they scale, and they seem fine. I think I saw the free cam version, and it definitely changes the way it feels. Yeah, I want to get the asteroid stuff working. There's a bunch of stuff I need to get working on. I have too many of these running. Forgot we're doing multiplayer testing. Anyway, test scene. Let's see what's up. Why is this doing this? And while we're testing this, let's turn off. Yeah, it's taken me a long while to get everything. It's just, like, this whole week was pretty much wasted. Getting everything working for 4.4. I mean, working is subjective. Because there's still a lot of things not working. But yeah, we got to figure out like why, like when I spawn in my ship here. You know what I mean? Like, why is the shield? Why is the raycast hitting the shield body? Right? Because we're supposed to be ignoring it. Because I want to hit this panel here. Right? This little panel. There's supposed to be nothing blocking us. So that we can interact with it. And like, you know, the player, you know, we hit the bottom one. The raycast shouldn't. And the raycast does. A fallen. Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen the there's got to be something like on the component system. There'd be something got to be changing the collision shapes. Right? Nothing. The player. We're locking the player. Right? Cargo boxes. Right? The components, when they attach to snap points. Right? They turn off their collision layers, so they're no longer a part of it. But that's only an item component itself. Right, but no ships. And when we freeze the rigid body that we're currently tractoring, it's the same thing. We're toggling off some of the collision layers. A lot of that's not necessary anymore, actually, but I don't see anywhere else that we're actually doing that. In the healing tank. Right, so we just have a ship. Right, and our ship is definitely right now just set to be sleeping. It's not sleeping by default. But our collision itself is only on the ship layer. So we have a collision layer set up for the ship, only on number 2. Right, we have a player raycast that's only on 1 and 3 and 10. So only treaty triggers, only ship components, and only other players. And we're not setting it on start. All we're doing is just confirming, right, that collide with areas is false. And then colliding with bodies is true. So we're just kind of double checking. But we don't really change anything. But I have a feeling I'm going to turn off like just ship components and 3D triggers. Yeah, it's weird. But anyway, just in case something is defaulting back to player, only ship components, only triggers. That's all the player can do. And yet, I bet you we're still going to hit the shield. And we're still going to hit the... like, I'm even hitting the floor right now. Right? Like, it's... Yeah, see, because I'm not even hitting any interactables right now. Let's just bring in one. One not owned by the player. Okay, so in a one that's not spawned in, it seems like it's working, or it seems like we're actually able to. Yeah, so there's got to be something in the code putting on the. Some of these are not on the right ship components. Yeah, so when I'm dropping them, I'm resetting the collisions. So something is putting them on one. When they're not supposed to be. So weird. And even the one I just brought into the scene. So I'm not spawning it, so it's nothing to do with spawning the ship in. Yeah. So this shield, it's gotta be on one. But it shows it still being on 9, which we're ignoring. Input ray pickable. We can detect the mouse entering an exit, that shouldn't really matter. Right, like according to this ship, right, the shield should be on 9. And only on 9. And on the collision shape side, I'm going to just disable it. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing through it now. Right, because we're going to the 2 meter mark. So all of this is now turn it back on again. So this is the shield. Right, like why are we banging into that? Why are we ray casting? Right, when the ship wait, why is it resetting? Yeah, why are we resetting to 1? Yeah, that's it. Interesting. So something is setting the ship's layer to 1. What is doing it? No, it's the magnet. Why? Yeah, it's supposed to be setting it to 2. Yeah, well, why is that setting to 1? Are we turning it off temporarily and putting it back on again? That was the point. We entered a mag area. Turn it off for a second and turn it back on again. We're freezing it to do what? To finish the tween. We're locking it to align it in place. So is it the mag area doing it then? Yeah, so we should... Oh, you bugger, look, we're totally fine. Look, and we can interact with the panel now, which is what I wanted. I want to be able to reach up, interact with the panel. And then we can turn off the yeah, I gotta look at, let me to do this. It might not need to happen whatsoever. I don't know why. Turning it off and turning it on again. It's like I don't even need to change the freeze mode because the freeze mode is always static and it's going to sleep anyway once it freezes. And then all we want to do, now that we've kind of got this working, is on the model, we should have all these extra panels. And what we want to do is just have them be turned off and turned on. Hey, Zero Dark. I don't know how long you've been there. I didn't see the YouTube message. Hopefully, if you're still watching, you're having a good time. Yeah, because we don't want to make the model be a inherited scene. So let's make a ship model. Yeah, let's do that. So in player ship model. And this is only going to have some mesh instance. And yeah, so let's do an export. This is kind of going to be temporary, but this will hook into like an animation player on the model itself for the animations of opening and closing doors and things like that. But we just want an array of meshes that we're going to call panel meshes. Yeah, and we're just going to also export it. And then, so the bottom panel, Let's just make sure that there always will be a default collection. So it'll always exist, but it'll have mishes or it won't. Yeah, if we only really wanted to use the model to just hide and show them, we can actually make these private. I guess it doesn't matter. We could use them for something. Hide and show panels. No, I don't have any exports on these. Okay, so there's something up with the snap points for like coolers. But I do like this. Alright, just being able to hide the panels and show the panels. Just so, you know, make it easier for players on the main build to actually kind of showcase a more final version of things. So we just need to fix coolers. Coolers are small. Oh, they're supposed to be medium. Cooler. What? Cooler. Medium. And then the cooler itself. Oh yeah, why are they facing backwards? Weird, it's not even right. Right, medium, cooler. Yeah, they're like not facing the right direction. And then after this, we're gonna go raid someone. And then I kind of know for tomorrow now what I need to do. What I would like to do tomorrow is actually get the main, like in the main build, get the ship actually fully customizable in its final graphics form. Because I think it'd look nice. Like, and get this actually like up the way that it's supposed to be. And then we just see if these actually snap in place now. Yeah, I think they're backwards. I think these need to be like re-imported again. Oh, no, they're fine. Cool. Alright guys, I'm gonna go raid someone. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me do a shout out for Tom as well before we go. If my Twitch dashboard is still up. There we go. Make sure you guys are following Tom. And we're gonna go find someone else to raid. Maybe JD. And I should be back tomorrow.